thank you all for attending here today. I won't delay you too long in relation to the asks, but because you can read them there. But I just want to, I suppose, make the point. They are reasonable, they are fair, and they're based on evidence. John has already mentioned the mapping exercise. 7.415 million would bring every county in the country to a minimum service. That's all it will be a minimum, but it would triple the amount of services that's available. So when people ring our helpline, our volunteers, and that's how it's staffed, would be able to say, well, this is what's available in your county. Not what they have to say to people in Laois and in Wexford and in Leitrim, sorry, there's no day centre in your county. Why? Because we probably hadn't a branch there which established these services all those years ago. We were told when we established our Dementia Advisor Service, this would have to be evaluated. We evaluated internally, it was evaluated externally, and we were told that if that came out good, well then there was a good chance that this would be established. That's not available around the country. Half the counties have no dementia advisor, the other half have a part-time service. We have the evidence. You've already heard a better endorsement of why home care packages are required. We're simply saying double the money available. But you can hear the tough times that Helen and Sean are having because they get a half an hour. And you hear, despite the fact that Tina has got a home care package, still the additional pressure and stress there is for being a carer. We're looking for key workers. That's already something which the HSE have said are required themselves, and we're working closely with them on it. And we already know the benefit in relation to dealing with stigma and getting companies and people on board. So we want to develop the whole issue of dementia-friendly and dementia-inclusive societies. So rather than take any more of your time on that, and given that there are politicians here, I'll talk to you about last year's campaign. The first myth we had last year was, right up until budget day, we were told, well, at least you're going to get dementia advisors. We're quite happy that they're going to get through. Absolutely untrue. There was no dementia advisors approved as part of the budget, and none have since been provided. Not a single post. The second myth was, I got a call from Minister Daly's office on the day of the budget to say, don't worry about the fact that dementia may not be mentioned today, it will be a priority in the HSE service plan. Absolutely untrue. There was no priority given to dementia in the service plan. What there was a restatement that some monies would be provided from the dormant accounts. I've said it at Carers Week, it's ironic that money from forgotten bank accounts is used to fund services for people who may be prone to forget. Myth 3, ASI want to provide all services. I think our chairman has already debunked that. I have, in the last 6 months, written to the HSE saying, you please take back some of these services that you're not funding. We want to have continuity of care. I haven't even got a reply. So it's totally untrue. Our pre-budget submission is never about ASI. It's about people with dementia and their carers. We have no issue with the state providing services. We want them to do that. Myth 4, the civil service wouldn't agree to a dedicated budget for dementia. It's not the done thing. Well, the HSE got an extra 547 million for services in 2019. That included 198.5 million for development funding. No dedicated budgets. There was 6.7 for the new Children's Hospital. Mental health received another 35 million. Disability 14.5 million. Palliative care 2 million, including specifying the actual institutions that would get it. Cervical check 9 million. Termination of pregnancy 12 million. Primary care scheme 70 million. And system-wide measures 29 million. I don't begrudge any of those areas or those organisations' resources, but don't take the myth that, well, the civil service don't provide dedicated budgets. They do, and we elect politicians to run the country. So what I'm saying to the political system and the government is, you are running out of myths, and we are running out of patience. and we absolutely expect that something will be done. I think it's fair to say, as John has already said, we did have a good meeting with Minister Harris, and he has invited us to a further meeting in September before the budget. But it is up to public representatives to impress on him and on his cabinet colleagues. There's a collective decision by government in relation to budgets, and the cabinet colleagues are equally important, to impress that you are not going to tolerate the gaps in services which are there in your particular county. So I want to say a sincere thanks to the TDs and senators who support us, the all-party Oireachtas group, our own working groups who do such tremendous work, our board, our branches, our volunteers and our staff, and equally important, the people and the companies in Ireland who give us, through fundraising and donations and legacies, over €3 million each year to continue to provide services, basic services. But we now know that those are absolutely inappropriate and they're not standard around the country. It's postcode. So thank you all very much indeed.